Hi students, in this video we are going to discuss about double slit as a coherent sources and Young's double slit experiment. Double slit uses the principle of wavefront division. Two slits S1 and S2 illuminated by a single monochromatic source S. These two slits act as two coherent sources. The waves from two slits travel in the same medium and they superimpose as shown here. The constructive and destructive interference formed by them are shown here. It is a representation of the constructive interference. So what do you mean by constructive interference? Crest of the first wave is superimposed with the crest of the second wave. Then what about the amplitude? Amplitude will be maximum. So it is an example for constructive interference. Here it is a representation of the destructive interference. Crest of the first wave is superimposed with the trough of the second wave. Then what about the amplitude? Amplitude will be 0. It is a representation of the destructive interference. So in this diagram, crest of the waves are shown by the thick continuous lines and trough of the waves are shown by broken lines. So the continuous lines in the pink color represent the crest of the wave. The broken line used in the diagram represent the trough of the waves. At the points where the crest of the one wave meets the crest of other wave, for example this point, these points. So in these points you can observe crest of the one wave is meets the crest of the other waves, or we can describe the points where the pink color lines are meet. In those points the waves are in phase because constructive interference is taken place. Likewise, the trough of one wave meets the trough of the other wave. For example, in these points you can observe dotted lines meet at that point. There trough of one wave is interfere with trough of the other wave. So there also waves are in phase. So constructive interference is taken place at those points. Hence the displacement is maximum, because here we have seen constructive interference is taken place means what about the displacement? Displacement will be maximum. And this point appears bright as a result of constructive interference. At the same time, at the points where crest of one wave meets the trough of other wave, the waves are out of phase. Here in this point, likewise here, in these points, crest of one wave is meet trough of other wave. That means destructive interference is taken place. Then what about the displacement? The displacement is minimum. And these points appears dark as a result of this destructive interference. On a screen, the intensity of light will be alternative maxima and minimum strips, that is bright and dark bands, which are refer the interference fringes. So on the screen the interference fringes will be look like this: alternative, bright and dark. Red colored region represent the bright fringes. Here it is the dark fringes. So bright and dark bands will be formed on this screen. Let us discuss the experimental arrangement of Young's double slit experiment. An opaque screen with two small openings called double slit S1 and S2 kept equidistant from the source S. That means the distance between the S1 and source S and S2 and the source S is same. The width of each split is about 0.03 millimeter, and they are separated by the distance 0.3 millimeter. As S1 and S2 are equidistant from S, the same wavefront is cut by S1 and S2, as we have seen in the previous diagram. The light waves at S1 and S2 are in phase because the light waves which are produced by the double slit can act as a coherent sources. That's why they will be in same phase. So S1 and S2 act as coherent sources, which is the requirement for obtaining the interference pattern. The wave fronts from S1 and S2 spread out and overlap on other side of the double slit. When a screen is placed at the distance 1 meter from the slits, alternative bright and dark fringes which are equally spaced appear on the screen. This is also we have seen. These are called interference fringes or bands. Using an eyepiece, the fringes can be seen directly. At the center point O on the screen, the waves from S1 and S2 travel equal distances and arrive in phase. So these two waves constructively interfere, and then bright fringe is observed at point O. This is called central bright fringe. When one of the slit is closed, the fringes disappeared and there is uniform illumination on the screen. This shows clearly that bands are due to the interference of the waves. The schematic diagram of the experimental setup of Young's double slit experiment is shown here. Let small d be the distance between the double slits S1 and S2, which act as a coherent sources of wavelength lambda. A screen is placed parallel to the double slit at the distance capital D from it. The midpoint of S1 and S2 is C, and the midpoint of the screen O is equidistant from S1 and S2. That means the distance between S1 and O is equal to the distance between S2 and O. P is any point at the distance y from O. The waves from S1 and S2 meet at point P either in phase or out of phase depending upon the path difference between two waves. Here you can understand easily. For this wave which is starts from S1, it's going to cover the less distance to reach the point P, whereas for this wave which is starting from S2 will take long distance to reach the point P. So there is a path difference between these two waves. That path difference only decides the interference happen at the point P. We have to find the path difference between the two waves. The path difference delta between the light waves from S1 and S2 to the point P is given by delta, that is equal to, so which is a greater distance, S2P is a greater distance, so we can write S2P minus this distance want to be subtracted, so S1P. Here we have to draw the perpendicular line. A perpendicular line is drawn from the point S1 to the line S2P as shown here. Here what is the angle? Since it is a normal line, it makes the 90 degree with the baseline S2P. Here we can take the point M. For this new diagram, the length S1P and MP both are equal. So what will be the path difference? The extra path is S2M. The path difference delta only we have to find. So instead of S1P, we can substitute the same length MP. So from S2P, I have to subtract the MP. So this length can be subtracted. Then what is the remaining thing? S2M. That is only the path difference delta. S2M. The angular position of the point P from C is theta. That means angle OCP is theta. So this angle is theta. From the geometry, the angles OCP and S2, S1M are equal. We have to prove that. For that, let us take the parallel line here. Here the two waves are considered as parallel lines because the distance between the two slits is negligible. So the waves are very near to each other, so that can be considered as parallel lines. So here the central dotted line is there, no, that is also considered as parallel to these two waves. So all the three lines can be considered as parallel lines. So here I have drawn the another one dotted line which is parallel to this line. Then what about the angle here? Here angle is theta, so same angle can be found here also. Here what is the total angle? 90 degree. From the 90 degree, this theta can be subtracted. So you can find the angle within the triangle S1, S2, M. Here what will be the angle? Total angle 90 minus this theta. You can add this 2, then you can get the 90 degree. I know the two angles now. Here 90, here 90 minus theta. Then what about this third angle? Theta. If you have the doubt, you can add the three angles. Theta minus theta, that can be cancelled. 90, 90, 180. So here that angle will be theta only. So we can get the new relation. Angle OCP is equal to angle S2, S1, M. So both are equal to theta. In right angle triangle S1, S2, M, the path difference can be found easily. What is the path difference? S2, M want to be found. So in this right angle triangle, I have to find the sin theta. What is the formula for sin theta? Opposite side by hypotenuse. So what is the opposite side to the theta? S2, M. What is the hypotenuse? Opposite side of the 90 degree, that is small d. We can rearrange S2M, that is equal to d sin theta. So S2M is nothing but a path difference delta. Here the theta is very small. For the small angles, we know this relation sin theta is equal to tan theta, which can be termed as theta itself. From the right angle triangle OCP, in the OCP, I am going to find the tan theta value. So what is the tan value? Opposite side by adjacent side. What is the opposite side? Y. Divided by what is the adjacent side? Adjacent side is CO, which is equal to capital D. Let us take this as a first equation. This can be termed as second equation. So as per this relation, sin theta can be written as theta itself. That same rule can be used here also. So you can neglect the tan theta, that is equal to y by d for the another one right angle triangle. So you can substitute equation 2 in the equation 1. Instead of theta, you can substitute y by d. Path difference, that is equal to d y by capital D. Based on the condition of path difference, the point P may have bright or dark fringe. So in the next video, we will discuss the condition for the bright fringe and the condition for the dark fringe and the equation for the bandwidth. Thank you.